Well, guys, I agree with you. You're right. I concede this is exactly what you wanted, because this is the deck that you've been asking for. You've been saying I haven't been putting enough land in the decks. I've been reading the comments. I know you guys want more lands, so that's what I'm giving you. No. Could you imagine? What the fuck? Happy Truth and Reconciliation Day from Canada. We're gonna look at Tribal Force Mage for 2 mana. He morphs, turns face up, you choose fucking elves, gives those elves +2/+2. And we got a forest. You got, okay, so this is the part where I say, yeah, it's pretty neat. We got all this great stuff and all our amazing properties where corporations make our favorite IPs and they're all cross-mingling. And wasn't this shit for nerds before? Like, I know Spice 8 Rack wants everyone to be, like, poor and shit. But, like, damn. We needed some people better than Death Slater Magic telling us, oh boy, this shit's gone woke. Like, it's not woke. It's not that. It's that we have people, the vocal minority, always controlling the system. And that's because, well, they're the ones complaining. So I'm going to start complaining. That's how it goes. That's what they want us to do. The voice of the people. So it's very interesting that, like, the DC Comics perspective is, oh, well, you may be the dissenting voice, but we have a plan, and that's the plan we're going for. And when that plan didn't go through, they changed it. They switched to James Gunn and whatever. And he's been doing a pretty good job with his new shows, with the cross promotion, with the world building. I can agree, if you don't like James Gunn's writing style, I think you're not gonna like certain aspects of it. But do you prefer Taika Waititi putting in an orgy joke every time? So that's the last land, because now we have whatever this means, and then we got Nissa Ravane, nice. Looks for a card, gets 2 life for each elf. Search your library for a number of elf creatures onto the battlefield. And yeah, so we're gonna have more slop, new art, Llanowar elves, tap, Adam, whatever. Star Trek, we're good doing it, because, you know, you may not like the idea of fantasy stuff. Quest for renewal, creature you control becomes tapped, put a quest counter, 4 more. They pretty much untap. And when they do that, we've gone over Terracodon before, big creature destroys, gets elephants. And when they do that, we have all these new cards with new art, like Avenger of Zendikar. We all know what he does. Comes into play, creates creatures, play land, plants get +1/+1 counters, which is really good, and that's a lot of good synergy. That's all good synergy. Here we have Hurricane, deal X damage to all creatures with flying and players. Rampaging Baloth. Ooh, this is the original printing. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a 4/4 green beast creature token onto the battlefield. Oh, yeah. So we got Thunderfoot Baloth, Trample Elk, whatever, 3/3 Elk. We have a Elvish Pioneer because it's a Blood Artist type effect. It comes in play, land comes from hand, play tapped. Pretty neat. We have Dwight Schrute, apparently. Garruk, target planeswalker, becomes 2/2 land on top. 3 green beasts equal to the 3/3 plusness trample you control. Interesting. I mean, he's no he's no, what's that guy, Jim? No. Robert California, he was the best one. Green Sun Zenith, yeah, pretty based. Search your library for a green creature card with a converted mana cost, probably 2 or less. So you pay like 3 mana and get a creature. Shuffle it back. Trying to be cool there. Ascetism, creatures you can't be targeted. Generate target creature. Bear Umbra, we bear it up. We bear it. And if you think there's not enough lands, that's the point. You can put your own lands in. You can change these decks around. These are an ongoing project. We have Vernal Bloom, And this isn't a great card, so you might want to keep it in compared to something over Rain of Thorns. That's like 6 mana. Choose one or more. Destroy target artifact, destroy target enchantment, and or destroy target land. And if you missed what it says on Wave of Vitriol, just pause the video because I don't care what it says. It says sacrifice all artifacts, enchantments, and non-basic lands you control. For each land sacrifice the way you control, search the remaining land card. You're not going to pay this for 7 mana with that many lands in play, are you? Of course you are. Because you're not actually playing it with that many lands. Praetor's Council, another amazing card. Return all exile cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Hand size. And then we have a Genesis Wave. So it's kind of like a magey effect. Reveal top X cards of your library. Put any number of permanents, mana cost X or less from them. You know, pretty cool. Oh, fuck. Are you serious? You guys didn't tell me it was down there? Mossword Bridge. Hideaway. Look at that art from Lower Wind. Pretty sick. Yeah, you know what Lower Wind does. Fog. We're going back to Fog. Creatures can't attack and block. Creatures can attack and block as normal, non-damage deal otherwise. Any creature result of this attack or block all. Blah, 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 blah. And then we have Windstorm, different legally from Hurricane. Deals X damage to each creature with flying. All right, remember that. It's Harmonize. We draw 3 cards. And these videos are for adults, guys. Okay, this is very serious stuff. This is put a 1/1 green elf creature token in play for each elf you control. These are Overwhelming Stampede. You know, you don't want your kids to see this. This is a +X+X. Power equal to the number of greatest creatures. And they get trample? Damn. Gyre Sage. What's this doing here? When you tap it, it adds mana for each +1/+1 counter, and it has Evolve. And our General, who looking pretty old over here. He's weathered. He's seen a lot of fights. Generate another target elf +1 2/2 creature. So even he levels her up. Oh shit. And what is this? Soul Ring? Yeah, we know what that is. Piece of shit. Well Wisher, life gain in my elf deck for me. Shouldn't have, because we have Slate of Ancestry. Look at this old ass card. Discard your hand, draw a card for each creature you control. Yeah, it's good. Sword of Mind and Body. This is just for the protection effect. It's not really that good. You could take it out, put in Feast and Famine, whatever. Dark Steel Plate, you know what it does. Everything it do. We do it big. We have an Emerald Medallion. Reduce the cost of green spells. I wonder why. Glissa. Sunseeker. Elf Legend. Wow, that's pretty cool. Fucking Beastmaster Ascension over here. Yes, a lot of my decks have crossover cards. Of course I bought a lot of Zendikar and fucking put them on every single deck. Because, holy shit, these cards are so cool. Look at that. Whoa, it's like I'm actually back in time. Oh shit. Were there any elves in Lorwyn? We're gonna get them. Target creature regenerates this turn with regeneration. We have Vigor. Yeah, it's a lot of words. Soul of the Harvest. Yeah, that's a lot of words. Probably could swap this out for like that elf guy. Should I? You decide. Seedborn Muse. Does this make it banned? I think this card's banned. Then we have Thrun, the Last Troll. Hey, you're not an elf. What's this? This is just good cards? Legendary Creature, Elemental, Omnath, Locust of Mana, 1/1. Mana doesn't empty. Maybe I should. Because why not? I own it. The Precious. Reclamation Sage. We can enter, destroy target artifact or enchantment. And in this deck, it makes a lot more sense because he's an elf. You're elfing it up. We elf. And here's Greenweaver Druid. Tap for add 2. Now here's Fauna Shaman. Tap it, discard creature card. Search your library for a creature card. Reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle your library. Here's the old version of Station. It's called Level Up. You might not know about this. You tap it, you add 2 mana if it's got a level up counter. Tap it. All your creatures have tap to add green. Shit. That's a lot of mana. Lurking Predators. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, reveal the top card of your library as a creature card. And put it to your battlefield, otherwise you put it at the bottom of your library. Wow, that's pretty great. It goes great with Yi-San, the Wanderer Bard. Wow, look at that guy. I don't care what he does. He probably searches you something. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 5 or more lands, put 4 +1/+1 counters on Scoot Mob. What, you're going to say Scoot Swarm's better? You really going to tell me Scoot Swarm's better? You're really going to look at my face and say Wirewood Liege taps for colorless mana, and if you pay a green and tap it, and taps target elf, you're going to tell me that we have Vastwood, the Oran Reef of the Vastwood. Oran Reef, the Vastwood. And it comes into play tapped, but you can tap it and put a +1/+1 counter on a creature entered that battle. On all my green creatures, like if I put a Priest of Titania into play, it gets a +1/+1 counter from Oran Reef, the Vastwood. So for 3 mana, it could be a 2/2. But for 2 mana, it's a 1/1 elf, summon, add green to your mana pool for each elf in play. Play this ability only as a mana source. That's okay. I can see how that's pretty good. You know, here's Yeva, Nature's Herald, Flash, cast green creatures as though they had Flash. Packmaster, champion an elf. Put a wolf in. Wolves have Death Touch. Maybe we should put wolves in this deck. Just make it a whole wolf. Tazgar theme. No. No, we're going to play just mono green. Masked Admirers. Put into play, pay 2, return it from your graveyard to your hand. Wow, that's like always there then. Then draw power. What the fuck? Drove of Elves. Oh shit, look at that art. That's pretty sick. Use number of green permanents. Can't be targeted spells or abilities of the opponents, not just anybody. Oh my god. And here we have Lysalana Huntsman, even though it's got a fucking dogs in the picture. It summons elf 1/1 creatures. You know, sometimes it's a match. Sometimes the art's different. Elvish Champion makes sense for the sense that it's a Forest Walk 2/2, but you know. And I guess I am just another salubrious snail coming to get your blood art. Fucking casually comics explained. Like, fucking, what are we doing here? Moldiah Chandlers with play with the top card of your library revealed. XQC +1/+3/+3. Add 2 mana if the top card's a land. Oh, I fucked that up real bad. As long as the top card of your library is a creature, it gets +3/+3. If it's a land, you add 2 mana of any color. Green. Well, it's gonna be green. Jagged Scar Archers. Equal to the number of elves. Tap it. Deal damage to target creature with flying. Elvish Harbinger. When Harbinger enters a battle play, when it comes into play, you may search your library for an elf card, reveal it, then shuffle your library, put that card on top of it. Tap it, add color to your mana. So all your elves just keep adding mana. Imperious Perfect. Oh shit, that's pretty cool. Elf Warrior. Other elves get +1/+1. That's sick. It also makes elves. Oh yeah, here's the guy who makes +1/+1 counters on himself, and other elf creatures get +1/+1. He's good. He's a good finisher. Consign to Dust, another great card for 3 mana, costs 3 more. Destroy any for instant. Here we have Geltleaf Ambush, Tribal Instant Elf. Put 2 1/1 green elf warrior creatures, clash. Those gain Death Touch if you win the clash. Enchanted creature deals combat damage to a player. Search your library for basic lands. Oh. And then there's Wild Growth. And Instill Energy. Can untap. What else we got? We got here Caged Sun. Green. One name green. Got a Oracle of Moldiah. Well, Moldiah is a pretty great place to be. Because you may play an additional land. Reveal the top card of your library. You may play cards from the top of your library if it's a land. And here we have Elvish Piper, so you just pay 1, put a creature card. Yeah, that's pretty good. Land of War Reborn, graft a land. Graft. We've got Elvish Archdruid. Other elves get +1/+1. Add green mana for each elf you control. Okay. Stesian Tactics. So, until the end of turn, any number of creatures get +1/+1 and tap. Target creature fights another creature. With Regenerate, it's even better. So now you got Back to Nature. Siege Behemoth. When he's attacking, for each creature you control, you may have that creature assign combat damage as though it weren't blocked. I think that speaks for itself. Abundance. Draw a card. You may play instead of land, non-land. Wormweaver Coil. Enchant a creature with +6/+6. Sacrifice it. Get a 3/6/6 worm. Pretty simple. And lastly, Relic Crush.